Hello again, everybody. Zack Attack is here with my WWE Raw review for this Monday, April the 9th, 2018. Yes, it's the most wonderful Raw of the year. The Raw after WrestleMania. It's most crazy, with the most passionate crowd, with the chant like crazy, and it also provides some epic moments as we get the aftermath of WrestleMania under the way. Well, as expected, a lot of great things happen. You see it from the subtitle. Couple debuts from NXT. Couple I kind of called. What I did not call. Didn't even think about. Even though I saw this person in the crowd last night when Strowman looked for a partner. Plus, we saw some returns. We saw sad retirement. And they're also building already for Backlash. And the greatest Royal Rumble ever. The same. The 50-man Royal Rumble event, which will be from Saudi Arabia. I thought it was like Abu Dhabi or something. But it's in the Middle East area. Saudi Arabia. On April 27th. Sign some matches. Well, like, we do one match, but then it's signed like another one. So, when it comes to the action tonight, it's after Mania. So, the action was so-so. It was a cool little match. Snuck in there. Some decent action. But when it comes to the moments, it was great. Crowd was good. You know, they weren't as crazy as usual, but it's still a chanting. And they were chanting early as we begin Raw with not Roman Reigns, happily, but another person who gets booed out the building, Stephanie McMahon. So she was coming out selling her injuries, well, somewhat injuries. She suffered at the hands of Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey last night, pretty much on the ball, making her tamp out. A little sling on, selling it big time. And of course, I expected the first thing they were going to chant, and they did. You tapped out. She's like, yeah, I tapped out. To a wonderful woman. But there was a woman that stood out. It was me, like thinking herself, like, she was being a typical heel, you know, like saying, oh, I'm the one who challenged Rousey. Look, he's fucking bitch. It was the other foot. Your shoe was another foot, hey, baby. And they were chanting about, instead of stuff up, like there's a woman that stood out last night with an epic performance. They were chanting Ronda Rousey and all of them, and Stephanie was like, thank you, that was for me. You know, like I said, typical heel man. Trying to take somebody else's spotlight and saying that what happened last night. I want to make a match with Ronda. You know, I took it to her and she gave it to me. And she took me out with that armbar. She was trying to make Ronda kiss her ass instead of the other way around. Because Ronda is her employer. You know, she was like, hey, Ronda's with me. We can make her something and be a friend or whatever. So Ronda came out, still smiling, to a big crowd ovation, big cheers. And she gave Stephanie a hug. I was like, wow, she actually bought Stephanie somewhat apology. But I was like, she's going to suck her hook, line, and sucker. And that was exactly right. So he saw Ronda give you a hug, shaking her hand. She was smiling like, then her face told the story. She took Stephanie back down again, put her in another armbar, took all the, she had like a little cast on, little sling, took that off with her crotch and yes, 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 made Stephanie tap out again to the armbar. So there you go. Sweet, simple, effective. Rousey did not say the word. She just attacked Stephanie. So where does Rousey go from here? Will she be training SmackDown in the Superstar Shakeup next week? I hope SmackDown gets more people because last year, SmackDown got depleted. Last year, all the great people like Bliss and Miz, so many others, went on to Raw. And SmackDown suffered, especially with them getting Jinder Mahal. Now, don't get me wrong. Trade-up was pretty well for Raw and SmackDown, especially with New Day going to SmackDown and reinvented themselves somewhat, getting fresh new competition and having a big tag team rivalry with the Usos. So there was some positive in the tag team division for SmackDown doing a Superstar Shakeup. But SmackDown got depleted. So hopefully Raw gets depleted. Not too depleted. I'll make my predictions on who I think should go to each brand in a little bit at the end of the video. I should make a separate video, but I'm going to do it on here. So there you go. Here's one. So with the crowd still wired up, on to the next situation. Our first match, Nia Jax was about to be in a tag team match against the now former Raw Women's Champion, Alexa Bliss, and her new bestie for now, until she turns her back on her and she did Nia, Mickie James. Well, she already told her Mickie once. Turned on her again. After the heel turn out of nowhere, Haley Shinsuke's heel turn was out of nowhere, and Mania was actually well executed and maybe well explained on SmackDown and all. So, Nia came out alone. And Alexa and Mickie came out together. Alexa was like, I'm a whack. I lost my title. But more importantly, I lost my title because you, Nia, attacked Mickie James. I was distraught and I got distracted. And you heard something that you haven't heard in a while because we're not in non-PG crowds at the time. And a chant usually reserved for a guy, not a woman. There was a little a-hole chance for Alexa. Interesting. And then, you deserve a chance for Nia. Nia's improved a lot in the last couple of years. She's still kind of being around the edges, rough around the edges, but big moment for Nia here. Especially for the, the stand up to all the body shamers out there that no matter what you look like, you can do whatever you want. That little message is shining through with that. The storyline was kind of weird. The body shaming thing. Don't be a bully, be a star, my ass. Anywho, Nia was celebrating, saying that I loved every second of it, of beating you up. Loving every second of it. A little bit more reference. And Alexa was like, yeah, you probably did enjoy every second of it, but I see you without no partner. What are you gonna do? Pick a little kid like Strowman? Oh, stupid. Release day. After what happened with that, which I'll get to, I kind of forgive it. So now I was like, yeah, Alexa, I do have a partner. And it's not some little kid who happens to be a son of a referee. I'm going to get a real partner. Ember Moon! Yes! Called it. Made my prediction on NXT 1. A few predictions got right over the week. Well, I got my NXT predictions right. Mania, I really sucked on. And I did predict Nia that Ember would lose so she can go to main roster. That's exactly what happened. It was Nia's moment to shine at Mania. But tonight, Nia let her partner shine in her main roster debut. He's a little tag, but it was all about Ember here. Yes, Nia won the title. And this was kind of a cruddy moment being on wall with it. But her opponent coming in fresh from NXT after Nia got attacked early. Well, Alexa and Mickie got the hot tag, and she came like a hot to fire, destroyed Mickie James before going nose and nose with Alexa Bliss. Love to see them wrestle a full singles match. She would take her Alexa with some big moves before, of course, the Eclipse. A perfectly nailed Eclipse onto Miss Bliss, and her bad week continues. Losing to Nia, and now losing to Ember Moon in a tag team match. 1, 2, 3. So, great move there. I got to predict Nia would debut. Not Nia, that Ember would debut. And I think, it's a good fit. Especially if Asuka's going to SmackDown. That's what I think. First prediction. Asuka's going to SmackDown. Especially now she lost to Charlotte. So that's my first prediction. Asuka is going to SmackDown. We didn't see Asuka at all last night. So, she'll be at SmackDown. Maybe she'll be kind of official because she took on Charlotte, but who cares? But they do the shake up. But now, after that, 1, 2, Strowman with his tag team partner, Nicholas, who I found out later, like many others, doing the research, people thought it was Shane's son at first because this Nicholas guy didn't look like Shane's son. But found out later it was a referee's son, John Corn. And I heard also it was supposed to be Mysterio that was supposed to be the partner of Braun Strowman, but he got hurt with a torn bicep early in March. That also canceled a dream match with him and Jushin Liger at Strong Style Evolved. So, I questioned the booking, long-term wise, of this. I thought they were going to make Strowman get a real partner after picking just a kid. Now, I was kind of hard on it. which, like, short term, yes, King got a good moment out of it. But, hey, long term booking was stupid. But I forget. It's Braun Strowman. Everything doesn't have to be serious. Everything Roman does gets over. How goofy it is, he always makes it work. So I kind of forgive it, especially after he came into Kurt Angle's office and said, hey, I'm going to forfeit these titles back because Nicholas has a conflict. He's in school. That was kind of funny way. And then Strowman's like, when he gets out of school, we'll be going back with those titles. Well, not really, but still. Nicholas said someone's gonna get these hands. So, like I said, short term, good moment for him. But I thought long term booking, I thought Strowman would have to be forced to get a real partner. But he's forfeiting the titles, and we will have new Raw Tag Team Champions determined at Saudi Arabia at the greatest Royal Rumble because the Bar will get the rematch. But since Strowman forfeited the titles, who will it be? Well, we will have 2 tag team matches to determine that. In a tag team eliminator match, the winning 2 teams will face off next week, and the winner of that match will face the Bar in Saudi Arabia. So, hey, the good thing is, I'm happy. Like, yes, Strowman got a Mania moment out of it. In the forfeit titles next day, I now forgive this booking, and now Strowman can do what we want him to do. Beat the shit out of Brock Lesnar for the Universal title after he gets done with Roman in Saudi Arabia. But now on to our next debut. I didn't see this coming. I didn't see him in the crowd. Speaking of Strowman, when he went in the crowd looking for a kid, or looking for a partner that ended up being a kid, I saw someone in the crowd. I was like, wow, it's a familiar face from NXT we have not seen in a while. It's like, wow, nice to see him there. Wonder where he's been. Well, man's main roster debut tonight, and that was No Way Jose. So No Way Jose is on Raw. I think a lot of people will be like, oh, he should be on SmackDown. But hey, look what they did to Fashion Police. It would just be a comedy act. Relegated to segments and not matches. So anyway, he took on this guy, John Skyler. Quick, easy. Did some like tango dancing to a clothesline, did his little jump punch, bam. Short but sweet. So it doesn't see No Way Jose come in with the dancing thing. I was like anxious when he first debuted on NXT, knowing that the main goal is to get out of NXT and go to the main roster, is that this gimmick wasn't going to work on the main roster. NXT crowds are more amped and more accepting of all gimmicks, and that's why some gimmicks have failed on the main roster. Just ask Adam Rose, ask when Emma did the dancing gimmick before she became Evil Emma before getting released by WWE to lose the Women of Honor title on Saturday doing Supercard of Honor. Dumb decision there. She should have won the Women of Honor title. And then kind of like Galore lost. The other 3 to go. But anyway. And this guy lost. I finally got to see Supercard of Honor. NXT was better than everybody. Anywho. So winners No Way Jose. He'd be stuck in the mid-card. But hey, he's on main roster. We'll see what happens with it. Maybe something can come out of it. Maybe we can turn heel. But it's interesting to see No Way Jose in there. Now, on to the said first of the 2 tag team eliminator matches, where the winners will face each other next week, and winner of that will face the Bar in Saudi Arabia, which will be live on the network. It was the Balor Club, minus rainbow colors since Finn got the rainbow colored shirts. Club, Gallows and Anderson taking on the Revival, who have been lost. Who would have thought 1 year ago, day after Mania, had an awesome debut against the New Day, and looked like things were going their way. But strings of bad luck, like injuries, derailed their momentum. So, what would have happened if they would have stayed healthy the whole time? So, now they're buried and just another team. And I hope a fate like that does not happen to the next big NXT team coming to the main roster. I'll address that in a bit. So, okay, a little match between these 2 teams. We seen face off a couple times. Despite the big efforts from the from the club, trying to regain gold after their boy Finn lost the IC title match on Sunday. Some big kicks and moves. Revival got a big tag in. I think Dawson tagged in Wilder. Nobody saw it. And Suckin and Anderson with the Shadow Machine and the victory for the Revival. So they will be in the Tag Team Eliminator Final next week. Who will they face? Who? We'll find out in a little while. But now, there was some chanting going on for that match. And there was some No Way Jose chanting during his match. I thought it would be like After Revival chant. But anyway. 1, 2. Celebration for the new Intercontinental Champion, Seth freaking Rollins. Yes, I would have loved to have seen Seth Rollins lose and Finn Balor win, because Finn Balor needs the title more than anybody right now to get over after not getting momentum after he returned last year. But I was like, maybe it could be Demon. But after seeing him not demonized, some people like me criticize No Demon. Yes, it's Mania, it needs a big entrance. But in a storyline aspect, the Demon was not needed. Just because it's Mania doesn't mean a big flashy entrance is needed for Finn. He needs context, like a big feud going in to put on the Demon outfit. Not just wear the Demon outfit just to wear it. But should have been that for Mania. Maybe Mania 35. But I forgot it's in an open stadium next year in New York City. Not a dome stadium. Anyway, Seth, like I said, came out to celebrate his victory because of a big crowd. And he is now Grand Slam Rollins. He's won every major title but the Universal title. He's won U.S. title, the tag titles, the WWE title. And now the only title that's eluded him, the Intercontinental Championship. And they were all chanting Grand Slam champ. And they were talking about Rollins, Reigns and Rollins, saying that, yes, I'm now catching up to my boys in the Shield, that now I am a Grand Slam champ too. But as the celebration was raging on, like he's been doing the last couple weeks, trying to steal the thunder of Seth, here comes Finn Balor. Congratulations, Seth, on the victory. And he was the one that ate the pin last night, sadly. Ate the final club stomp. But he's man enough to say, hey, I want another chance to face you one-on-one this time and not in a triple threat. So the two guys were shaking hands, maybe agreeing on a match. The former champ, who has a legitimate rematch clause, came out to spoil the party, saying that, Rollins, you know better than I do, have a rematch clause. And Rollins is like, hey, Miz, when are you going to use it? How about tonight, right now? But Miz, flanked by his Mr. Watch, was in their flashy custom suits. And said, hey, we're in our suits. Well, I'm in a suit. I'm going to ask my rematch clause on my time. How about Backlash on May 6th, when all pay-per-views are now multi-branded? So, there's that. He was also commenting about, being a changed man, about being a father, and the crowd was saying, he's got kids, well, he got 8 kids. So, anyway, Rollins was like, well, if you don't want to fight tonight, how about fight 6-man style against us? Instead of a one-on-one match. But Miz is like, hey, you don't have a partner. Let's make it a handicap match. But then as these 5 guys were going to brawl, here comes a returning, unwoken Jeff Hardy. Despite getting a DUI a few weeks ago, he did come back fully. He made an appearance in the Ultimate Deletion as Brother Nero. He did have a little interaction with Matt later. I'll get to that. But as he stood tall to brawl, Miz and the Miz Rush took up the jackets, but scurried off. And I knew we were going to get this match later on. It ended up being our main event. So, there's that. So, nice to see Jeff back. Maybe be woken soon. But on to our next matchup. The continuing saga with the Raw Women against the Absolution continues. Excuse me a second. There's one. Basically, his mouth is acting up. So we had Sasha Banks against Mandy Rose. I'm talking about my Mandy Rose. Anyway, she's more talented than we have been saying that lately. She was, of course, flanked by Paige and Sonya. Coming out to aid Sasha, apparently, was Bayley, the woman that eliminated Sasha from the Women's Battle Royal last night. Thought she won, but Naomi won. After we discovered, she went through the middle rope, not the top rope. So Bayley apparently helping Sasha fight the little brawls lately. And they got minimal crowd reaction for a hot women's feud that's not Shaw and Asuka. It's getting a lot of good build and did not get a Papa Mania match. Should have. Instead of being put in the Battle Royal. Crowd receptive was soft. But we did hear like the fan earlier. Hey, Bayley. Ooh, I want to know. Will you be my girl? Too bad. Oh, Bayley, you got what I need. You say he's just a friend that went over. We did that in Detroit when NXT was here 2 years ago. So we got that little thing to show off. Anyway, okay little match. Manny did well. Stepping up a game against the boss. Sasha Banks. Both recovering from Battle Royal. Absolutely okay. They eliminated some people early before being taken out by the invading NXT women who came up to the Battle Royal, like Dakota Kai, Bianca Belair, and Peyton Royce, to name just a few of the NXT women and Mae Young Classic women coming into the Women's Battle Royal. So then Sasha's doing the big moves on the Mandy Rose. They brought on the outside. Bayley got a little bit involved. As Mandy Rose got a little shovey with Bayley, but Bayley wanted revenge. But she chased Rose, but then inadvertently hits Sasha. But Banks is not too happy with Bayley about the inadvertent attack. And she walked into a high knee from Mandy and the victory for Mandy. And of course, Sasha was not happy with Bayley, costing her a match inadvertently. And now we're going to get there. Finally, the blow-off match next week in Hartford, Connecticut. But now we left the ring alone for Paige. Revealing news that sadly we've known on the dirt sheets since January, but did not officially announce it until now. That she is officially retired from in-ring competition because of complications from neck injuries. Of course, she made her in-ring return in November, the day after Survivor Series, bringing up Absolution. Things were going well for her until her neck problems were re-aggravated after a match with Sasha Banks doing a move. Sasha was going for like some move, and I don't think it was a big botch. It could happen to anybody. The move, I saw the move on tape, but Sasha doing a move to her Paige, and her neck got jacked up, and she has not been seen in the ring since. You know, that's why we haven't seen her in a while, because, you know, neck problems, and she was like retired. She even tweeted about it, but didn't officially address it till now. I think they purposely saved this moment for Paige to publicly announce retirement in the very city, in the very arena she made her main roster debut 4 years ago at WrestleMania 30. So that makes sense to, you know, officially announce it now. You know, had to wait a little bit, but we've known about it. Sadly known about it for months, but now it's official. It's like the wrestling guys don't want to give us everything. You have to give and take. We gave you the return of Daniel Bryan last night, but now Paige is official retirement. Wrestling's a cool business sometimes. She even thanked Daniel Bryan for giving her hope. Maybe she can return about a couple years, like what happened to D-Bryan. But time will tell. You know, very emotional moment for her to retire. Crowd was chanting, you know, thank you, Paige, and even this is your house. That was cool for them to say that. She sent the catchphrase her way. This is my house. Lays the t-shirt down and walks away for the last time. What does this mean for Absolution, though? Will Paige still be there full-time as a manager, that she has been? Or is she going for good at Absolution, will go alone or get split in a Superstar Shakeup? Time will tell. See what goes down. But now on to our next scenario with Elias. Fresh off trolling the fans by doing a fake out with John Cena last night. Hey, if he couldn't get a segment with The Rock, he decided to troll the fans when Cena thought he was going to match with Taker. The lights went out, but it was Elias. And he got beat up, then Taker happened, a little squash match. A lot of people were questioning it. But all this build for a squash match. Hey, Taker can't wrestle long. He's got bad hips. At least he came at all. It's a miracle he did something at all. Anywho, Elias got a lot of chance doing this. Especially, walk with Elias. When he started, his WWE stands for walk with Elias. And then the fans like the old soccer chant in the style of Seven Nation Army. We've heard this style of chanting. To many people. Oh, Enzo Amore. Oh, Zack Sabre Jr. Now we got, walk with Elias. Walk with Elias. But Elias got some more heel heat, saying that, nights before a bunch of scumbags from last night back with us tonight. But then the fans were chanting, we are scumbags. We are scumbags. Kind of like the one time Jericho called them stupid idiots. And then the fans are saying, we are idiots. So, fans can be spunky sometimes. Especially one time during that infamous Raw after Mania in New York City, calling themselves awesome. And his lives was singing this song. I was like, someone's going to interrupt them. But I didn't expect the returning of Bobby Lashley to interrupt. There has been news about Bobby Lashley coming back to WWE for a few months since he left TNA. Now, there was rumors he was going to be, maybe he might have been Strowman's partner, because he was seen in New Orleans, probably for WrestleCon. But still, he wasn't there, and people thought, hey, maybe he's Strowman's partner. Not to be the case. And there was also rumors flying around that the reason why Brock Lesnar retained his title is so he can defend it against Bobby Lashley at SummerSlam. And I thought they'd have some sort of confrontation tonight. But since we did not see Lesnar, what else is new? Tonight, we saw Bobby interrupt Elias. Do a big pop, beat up everybody. We also beat up Elias, laid him out. So as it returned with a big vertical suplex, held him for a long time, and slammed him. I have not seen him since I quit watching TNA in 2015. But he looked good in TNA. Had some good little feuds. He even joined a beatdown clan at one point with MVP. Yeah, that was a weird time. But anywho, speaking of TNA, there was a TV reference here in the next segment. So after last year looked good, returned to WWE. Kurt Angle was approached by Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens about trying to get a job after being still isolated from SmackDown. I thought they'd actually win on Sunday, but hey, they lost, and I even said in my Mania review, what's next for them? Are they going to go to Raw and try to get a job? Well, they did. Maybe go back to NXT. But then Angle's like, my tag team division is full. But I heard TNA's hiring. Ooh, bird! To his former company. But most TNA's actually taking it as a compliment. They've never been mentioned in WWE. Those 3 letters are dirty letters in the company. Those are dirty words. No one mentioned TNA. When people come from TNA, like Angle, especially like people like AJ, Bobby Roode, who made careers at TNA, they never mention or even show stuff from TNA. Although I did see some TNA pictures during AJ and Shinsuke's vignette last night during Mania. TNA took it as a badge of honor, saying it's not an embarrassment, it's not a burn to us. We take it as a compliment. They were treating out a picture, and even P.D. Williams said, hey, it's a compliment. To actually be mentioned at last by WWE on their show, it's an accomplishment. But back to the story at hand. Kevin and Sammy, after that, little savage by angle, but it ended up being a backhanded cheap plug for the newly renamed Impact Wrestling. They said, hey, we don't want to be a tag team. We don't care. We just want a job for either one of us to supply our family. We got kids. He's got kids. We got kids. So he was like, okay, tag spot's full. But guess what? I do have a spot for one of you. So you guys get to fight again. To fight out who would face a contract or face the music, should we say. So we're going to fight for a contract later on. But on to a guy who was also in TNA. Why not? Even if Heath Slater mentioned he's got kids and he needs this job because he's got kids as well, storyline kids. And they are disappointed they were not in the Tag Team Eliminator. Hey, they've been buried lately. And he continued. So like, since we're not in this Tag Team Eliminator, despite the fact we were the first SmackDown Tag Champs, we'll face anybody in the back. I was like, please let it be who I think it should be to accept this challenge. And right on cue, here comes Ways on Income, the Authors of Pain, to make their main roster debut. Destroyed Keith and Rhino in quick fashion, a quick little squasher that ended with, I think it was Heath. Yeah, Heath suffered the last chapter in the victory for Authors of Pain. And I hope to God that we finally gets their head out of the ass and finally makes a dominant NXT tag team don't look like fucking fools on the main roster like they did to the Ascension and the Revival, to the best teams from NXT, treated like fucking jokes on the main roster. Hope they don't do the same thing with the AOP. Don't fuck it up. Then we saw him leave Paul Ellering behind. I hope to God this is not the start of it. Just as I said, don't fuck it up. Then leave the mouthpiece behind, who did accompany him to this match. Now, some people are saying that Paul Ellering does not want to travel a lot. So that's probably why they left him behind. But he was their mouthpiece. They don't talk a lot of promos. I hope to God they are not setting him up to get fucking buried like the Ascension and the Revival. You know what I mean? Hope this ain't a sign of bad things to come. But even without Ellering, they could do okay. But as long as they don't talk. They don't need to talk. When they talk, it's over. Or if they talk, short but sweet. Or not at all. So, they have nice AOP in there. But seeing him leave Ellering behind, even though it's for a good reason, backstage-wise, because he's not a big fan of traveling, but because he liked the flexibility of only doing a few house shows and doing taping once a month, or maybe twice a month in Orlando, or in some cases Atlanta, like recently at Center Stage. But he doesn't like the big travel, the everyday travel. So, but still, AOP may not be nothing without him. Like Fleetwood Mac's nothing without Lindsey Buckingham, who left their group today. Hey, I gotta mention music stuff because I'm a disc jockey who happens to be a wrestling fan. Because I do little wrestling, song parody things, like talking about Randy Wills, the Yankee Wills parody from Daily Wild. So, hey. Any who likes the AOP, hope they don't suffer the same fate as the Revival and Ascension, with dominant NXT tag teams kind of main roster, they go to die. Hopefully these guys don't, even with the fact they just dumped Ellering. So, there's that. Now on with our next segment. Roman Reigns, who as expected got his ass chewed out the building. But it wasn't as bad as last year when Roman got booed for 10 straight minutes after he defeated The Undertaker at Mania and only said 5 words. This is my yard now. And then left. He had a lot more than 5 words to say. With a big cut in the back on the top of his head after being busted open, which I heard Vince was not too happy about. Especially the commission saying there should be no blood. That's what Supercard of Honor suffered. No blood and no pile drivers allowed. But a good tombstone. Yeah, if taking good tombstone Cena, then why did we not see an indie ticker last night or Saturday at Supercard of Honor? Anywho, as Roman was saying he's not too thrilled about last night, about getting his ass kicked last night, which crowd popped for that. He said, once again, Lesnar's not here. But I will see him in Saudi Arabia. But yesterday, as I was walking around, I got these evil eyes, like there was an uneasy feeling. Woman, no matter what they try to do to get you over, it's not working. We're not fucking buying it. You know what I mean? Saying, oh, the company has it against me. It's a conspiracy. Hey, the Kingdom conspiracy is working, not your conspiracy. You know what I mean? The same thing with Austin. You know, the odds are stacked against Austin. They're trying to make Roman into Austin. Like I said, it's not working. We're not buying it. Especially Roman's like, they don't have the decency to tell me about this Lesnar match until I found out on the internet. Stupid. Stupid. But there's Roman was blabbing. Samoa Joe's back! Yay! Yes! Speaking about people who's lost a lot of momentum because of bad timing and injuries, Joe was on his way to have a decent feud with Roman over the Continental Championship and maybe a feud with Cena. Who knows? Maybe if Joe stayed healthy, maybe it would have been Joe and Cena at Mania. But he got injured before the Rumble, and now he returns tonight. And once again, Killers delivers another epic heel promo. With the fans chanting, Joe's gonna kill you. Oh, Roman, stop about this conspiracy. You know, there is a conspiracy. Not. But there is one thing that's true. Lesnar did not just destroy you. He exposed you. Damn why. Yep. And you said, oh, I'm going to be Brock Lesnar. I'm going to conquer the beast. Wrong. Liar. Yep. You failed. You are a failure. Yep. And every time you get a Roman with the beast, the result's the same. You think it's going to not be the same when you face him in a cage in Saudi Arabia, but guess what? You're going to get your ass kicked. But no matter what happens, especially when Lesnar takes your ass out again in Saudi Arabia, I'll see you at Backlash. So, Joe has a match at Backlash. Will he be against Roman? Or will he be against Lesnar? He might be against Roman, no matter if he's champ or not. But Joe needs to go after the Universal title again, even though he lost to Lesnar at Great Balls of Fire. In a good build, okay match. With a shitty ending with Lesnar winning. We thought he was primed to lose the Roman. Little did we know. So now on to our next scenario, another tag match. The second of our 2 tag team limited matches. As Titus Worldwide would take on a mystery team. I was like, no one else can debut here. We've already seen AOP debut. Maybe I'm even saying he's going to debut on SmackDown tomorrow. Who else can return to debut? But we saw Woken Matt Hardy, the winner of the Unbeaten Giant Battle Royal, or as he calls it, the 8th Wonder of the World's Battle Royale of Giants for Andre. Talking to the trophy and saying that I will be fighting you for the tag team title opportunity as he continues the expedition of gold. But now with Brother Nemo, with the newly awoken Bray Wyatt, fresh off his visit to the Lake of Reincarnation and his shocking return at the WrestleMania pre-show, helping Matt Hardy win. Bray's back to just regular Bray. But he's woken Bray. We thought he was going to turn into another character or something after he got put in the Lake of Reincarnation during the final deletion. But they would be taking on Titus Worldwide. There was a cooler exchange, because we saw this kind of exchange last night, the Battle of the Champs at the Battle Royal, when Matt was doing delete, and Ty Dillinger was in that match. He was doing the 10, delete, 10, delete. This time it was the Battle of the Champs between Titus Worldwide and delete. But despite Titus Worldwide's best efforts, especially Apollo with his acrobatic ability, I think we knew their fate. We knew the fate of Titus Worldwide. That they were indeed going to fade away and classify themselves as obsolete. Obsolete! Indeed they were. About to be obsolete, and more importantly, they're about to get deleted. At the great double teaming from Matt and Bray with the quick tags, and a double team finish with Sister Abigail turned into the twist of fate on Apollo in the 1-2-3 victory for Woken Matt and Bray Wyatt. There was rumors about these two teaming up, and now they're all teaming up. And they're probably going to not only win next week, but they're going to become the new Raw Tag Team Champions. I'm calling it. They're going to be the new Raw Tag Team Champions. Many wackiness can come from this, especially when they interacted later before main event with Woken Matt and Jeff. Before that, we got a Raw contract on the line, as Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens would battle for the 1 trillionth time against each other. But, yes, we see these two wrestle so many times, but guess what? I've said it for years. It's like Sasha and Charlotte. When they get in the ring, it's magic! Or as also Woken Matt would say, wonderful! These two put on another good match. They never put on a shitty match. Crowd was chanting, lane for Sammy. A couple good spots was when Sammy was doing his famous around the post DDT. But they got there with a super kick in midair by Kevin Owens. And while still stuck against the post, Kevin would deliver a cannonball onto Sammy, crushing his back against the post. But by both guys giving it their all to get a job, to get on a show. Even if one of them was only going to get that slot and the other wasn't. Both battled to a double count. The only kind of screwy ending of the evening was the double count out. It's been a good battle and a double contest. So what happens now? They're going to beg to go back to SmackDown or go back to NXT or even go to TNA. They might not go to TNA. Yeah, TNA's not getting better. They fucked up, especially with Del Rio getting fired again. That's what happened to me. I had that guy. That guy is toxic. Just ask Paige. At least she got rid of his ass. Anyway, I did see a show, like I said, with them in Border City Wrestling in Canada. An indie show with them, they're like in cahoots, especially Border City Wrestling's promoted by Scott D'Amore, former leader of Team Canada. And that actually wasn't a bad show. It was pretty good, actually. But I feel bad for TNA now because they got rid of Del Rio again after they no-showed at WrestleCon. Like I said, the guy's toxic. You can't trust him. He wants to go back to WWE, but they probably won't touch his ass with a 10-foot pole even though Paige is retired. But Paige is there still. In some way. Maybe she'll still be on as a manager or something. Like I said, maybe she'll still manage Absolution like she's been doing lately. Or maybe she'll do a backstage thing. Who knows? But now on to our main event. The 6-man tag involving The Miz and his Mr. Raj. Taking on the new Intercontinental Champion, Seth Rollins, Finn Balor, and a non-Woken Jeff Hardy. But as I mentioned before the main event, we would see Woken Matt interact with Jeff. And it was an interesting confrontation, an interesting interaction. And Jeff accepting the fact that Bray Wyatt is now awoken from the lake of reincarnation and now is Matt's partner. And there's some interactions. And then Seth and Finn were like, what the hell was that? So it's kind of a little funny there. So now on to the match itself. A good little 6-man tag. Miz was take over early. And then a big double teaming, including Jeff Hardy doing the poetry of motion from Seth doing it. So that was cool. On both acts with Dallas, we were stuck in the corners. So There you go. Finn got some good shots in when he got tagged in. Some big kicks, some sling blades, and all that good jazz. But his miss-was taken out by both Finn and Matt's brother Jeff. Even doing a whispered win onto Dallas when he got tagged in. Wallace got back in, did some big moves, the Blockbuster, the Miz, and yes, the Falcon Arrow. Before Axel Dallas was taken out once and for all, leaving Miz prone to the curb stomp and the 1-2-3 victory for Seth freaking Rollins. So much for Miz getting his rematch. He'll probably still get it though at Backlash. But then they weren't done. They were going to send the fans home really happy as the Miztourage ate all the finishers. Both Axel and Dallas ate a curb stomp, a swanton, and a coup de grace. And I thought we were going to see like another big return, like maybe Big Cass or something. Maybe he's going to go to SmackDown doing a shake-up. But anywho, but that's how we end Raw with the good guys winning and a very eventful Raw with a lot of surprises. When was the last time the Raw after Mania did not end with a surprise? Then all surprises came early. And no surprise at the end. Like no surprise return during the end. Well, Jeff only returned early in the evening. So, there you go. So that's how we end Raw. Fun Raw for the moments. The matches, hey, it's after Mania, they're gonna get an excuse for not having decent action. You know, they just wrestled for 7 hours. When most wrestled 7 hours. Well, you know what I meant. Long show. I'm still kind of looping. I've survived it, but I still got SmackDown to go. We'll see what surprises lay in store for SmackDown. With some predictions there. Maybe we'll see Sanity more. Maybe we'll see I kind of do them all. We'll see what all unfolds. But I'll end with some predictions of who I think each brand will get. I predict that Raw will get. Do you think more women? But they got Amber in there. I think they should get Naomi. She's done all she can do in SmackDown, and she's the winner of the other Women's Battle Royal. Maybe Becky. She's been treated better. Also, maybe they can trade get Shelton Benjamin and Gable in there. Be treated fairly on Raw, maybe. And have Shelton reunite with Kurt Angle. Be awkward if Jason Jones comes back soon. So that'd be cool there. And have American Alpha reunited when Gable gets traded there and Jason Jones returns. AJ to SmackDown or Raw. Maybe AJ to Raw, but now he's feuding with Shinsuke. So they better not do that Shinsuke heel turn only to AJ to go to Raw. That was the rumor, but with Shinsuke's heel turn, he should stick to SmackDown. I think SmackDown should get Asuka. That was my prediction. Asuka, especially if there's Charlotte feud. She's kind of unofficially a member of SmackDown, but now she will be now, probably in the shake-up. Like I said, I think Raw should lose a lot. Not a lot, but SmackDown should get a lot. Jinder should go to, maybe she should swap titles, like Jinder to Raw, Seth to SmackDown. We'll see if that actually happens, especially now them champions. Who else should be? Wood to Raw. Maybe. But SmackDown needs a lot. So who should go to SmackDown? Well, maybe Seth and they had the balls to do the move. Revival should go to SmackDown, be treated better, and maybe revitalize themselves, but that's where Ascension is. The other badass team for NXT to me look like a joke, as I mentioned earlier. But no matter what happens, we'll see how the Superstar shakeup pales out. But first, we'll see how SmackDown recovers from their Mania. They had only one really good match. The rest of the matches were hit and miss for the rest of their matches. There were some feel-good moments and some shocking ones with AJ winning and Shinsuke losing and turning heel. But at least SmackDown got a winner of the Women's Battle Royal. Because the Raw person won the Men's Battle Royal, which is what it meant. So that's it for my Raw review. Thank you so much for watching. With that in mind, you've been attacked by the review from Zach. See you later. Bye-bye.